My name is Stetson. I'm the finance manager at Tundra Lifestyle. On Instagram, you can follow me at briskbuilt, and I post all my stuff on there. We just camped out here in southern Utah. We've got the Starlink and the tent set up. We're gonna do a quick walk around of my 3rd gen Tundra. So my Tundra is a 2024 TRD Pro in the new Terra color. Now having the Terra for a bit and bringing it out to southern Utah, I love it. It blends in with the landscape a lot, and I think it's a lot cooler in person. Another thing I really like is on the Pro, the fenders come in a camo color for the plastics. Overall, I love this truck. So to start, I'm gonna go over the most recent addition to the build, and that is the Alpharex Nova headlights in Alpha Black. These things make the truck look 10 times better. I did the white DRL. They're more smoke than the stock ones. The light output has also been a lot better. The other cool thing about these headlights is they have a really nice turn signal and a crazy startup sequence. Okay, so for my ditch lights, I did something a little bit unusual. I'm running Dynamics SS5 Pro. These put out a ton of light. I went for the bigger one for the SS5. I think it matches the truck a lot better. These are all being powered by the Switchworks switch panel, and there's so many options on it. It's nice because I have each light individually set up on its own button, so I can run just my driver's side or passenger side. This one is the amber with the flood lens. It's really nice. At night, I can see the whole entire road, where the spot lens on the other side, it goes way farther out so I can see deer. My personal preference, I'd probably go with the spot, just because I have this huge light bar up top. I'm running the SS5 crosslink light bar. I have 7 of those pods, and kind of how they work, there's just a linkage that goes in between, so you can add as many as you want, and they are all in the amber combo. It's like a spot and a flood mixed together. It's a crazy light output. What a lot of people don't realize is that this light and that light are actually the exact same. I just took some from the top and I could mount it just on a ditch light bracket from CBI. So altogether, I have a total of 9 of these SS5 Pro pods on this build. In addition to the pods, I'm also running the TRD Pro Grille Light Bar kit from Dynamics. This makes, for me, a lot easier to turn on and off. I remember when I originally got the truck, turning this light bar on was a little bit tricky. I can't remember exactly, but I almost had to turn on the brights and then click the button. With this, you turn it on whenever you want, and it's super bright with this combo beam style. On the factory TRD Pro Tundra, it does come with a light bar in here. It's really not the best light bar. With this kit from Dynamics, it's a lot nicer, a lot brighter, and a lot easier to use. All right, so I power all my lights with this Switchworks panel. It's kind of cool. It just replaces where the sunglass holder goes. Makes it look super OEM. And one cool thing about this is every button you can preset with your own picture. You can upload it from your phone, anything you like. I just use the ones from what it comes with. So I've got Sasquatch and an alien. I have all of the SS5s on the front on a backlight setting, so I can individually turn them on, or I can click my Sasquatch lights and it turns all my backlights on at once. So on the front of the truck, I have the CBI covert front bumper. I really love this bumper because you don't have to do much cutting to the truck. It just takes out this little section right here. I opted in with the option with the bull bar. This does not affect cruise control or any of the sensors, which is also really nice. I also have a Smitty built winch and the Factor 55 Ultra Hook. This is a nice one. It's got multiple ways of hooking up with the soft shackle, hard shackle, and it also locks in with a pin too. All right, moving around to the side of the truck, I'm running a Black Rhino Aliso wheel with a -38 offset with a Yokohama Geolander 35, 12.5, 17-inch rim, and then the Westcott, it's a pre-collar lift. It gives it about 2.5-inch lift with the factory suspension. So these are a mud terrain tire. I've ran quite a few different ones. These have got to be my favorite so far. The road noise really isn't that bad for a mud tire, and the tread has worn out super evenly. I've rotated the tires every about 3,000–4,000 miles. But yeah, they've been great so far. For my turn signals, I have the Tundra Lifestyle turn signals. They're sequential, they're blacked out, they're brighter, they're better. So this truck is completely decked out in CBI with the front bumper. I also have CBI rock sliders as well as full skids underneath the truck. In the rear, I am running the airload lifter airbags. This makes it really nice when I pull my camper trailer. All right, so around the back here, I drilled these holes in the bumper to my airbags, and this makes it so I can air up each side individually. Makes it nice for when I'm camping. If I'm on a slight angle, I can level it out, but you just unscrew this right here. I have a small air compressor. Just hook it up. I can air up each side. All right, and then one of my favorite things about the truck is the rear CBI bumper. They made this thing super sturdy, has all the cutouts since this truck has a ton of sensors. So all those still work. Hookups if you get stuck. And I also have S2s from Diode that I'm gonna be putting in. These come factory with that cutout. But yeah, Love this thing. One thing I did forget to mention is this step. It's kind of hidden right here. This makes it super nice. You can get into the back of the truck, get up onto the tent. Kind of a cool feature. All right, on my roof, I'm running the Prinsu Pro roof rack. This is an awesome sturdy rack, and it also has cool accessories on the side for like hanging a hammock that you can add pretty easily. I've gotten a lot of questions about how I mounted my light bar to this rack, and essentially there's two ways. You can either leave it with the wind deflector and mount the light bar above it, or you can do what I did and take the wind deflector completely off and it just sits right where it would go. I've ran it both ways, and personally I like it without the wind deflector. I've also gotten a lot of questions about wind noise. It really isn't that bad. Occasionally if the wind's blowing really hard, you'll get a little bit of a whistling noise, but like I said, that's only in high winds. So I've ran both the regular Prinsu and the Prinsu Pro. The benefits you're gonna get with the Prinsu Pro is they've designed it so it's a lot thicker and sturdier, and also the bolts and hardware is a lot better. And you can also, on the crossbar in the middle, you can run your bolts in there. On the older one, if you didn't put your bolt in before it was on the rack, then you would have to take it completely apart. So kind of what I was saying about the Prinsu Pro roof rack, on these crossbars, they've added these little slots here and here. So if you're needing to add a bolt, instead of taking this whole thing off, you can just slide it in, just kind of a nice design. Moving to the back, recent addition is this Prinsu top rack. These can mount to pretty much any shell, super easy, and it makes it really nice to mount a tent. I've mounted it in 4 different places on the tent. One thing to note, you do not want to do any mounts on the front rack. That's because the bed twists. So if you mount it to both, something's gonna break. So mount to the back and then it just hangs over the front, and you want just enough clearance that it's not hitting onto your rack. All right, coming around to the back of the truck, I have the OVS truck shell. This makes it super nice because it opens on all 3 sides, especially if I have something near the front of the bed, I can just reach in and grab it. The other cool thing about this shell is it actually will just ship to your house in a box. Makes it super convenient. And then coming around here to the back, this also opens. The shell is super sturdy. I use these bed channel stiffeners, so it keeps the bed rigid. I've ran a lot of different shells before on my Tacoma and on this Tundra, and these trucks are very prone to getting the bed to bend. The design of this shell and the mounting and everything is really good, and with the bed channel stiffeners, how this is all set up will keep your bed from bending. I love how secure this shell is. It's got the honeycomb on the inside of the glass, which secures it a little more, and it also has these really nice latches that lock on each corner, keeping everything super secure. So I just threw on this Intrepid rooftop tent. I previously ran this on my Tacoma, and I've got to say, out of all the tents, this has got to be one of the nicest ones. The setup, super easy, so fast. I will say this is a premium style tent, so it does have a premium price, but I haven't had a tent that has been this solid or looked this good, especially with how big it is inside. It collapses to such a small tent once it's on the truck. I will say I have no regrets for the price I paid for this tent. Okay, so some of my favorite features about this tent. It has a storage rack, so I can put a bunch of my stuff here. And there's also another one here, 2 skylights, and this material is crazy. It's super bright out here right now. I woke up this morning thinking it was still dark outside, and when I opened the tent, it hurt my eyes, it was so bright. So it's a blackout tent for sure. So essentially, the setup and takedown of this, you undo this bar right here. This lays down flat, and then there's a rope on the outside that you pull, and it just collapses, and you latch it. That's basically it. Let me show you just how fast this can get taken down. All right, that pretty much wraps up everything about my truck. If you saw anything you like, we pretty much carry everything on our Tundra Lifestyle website. You can follow me on Brisk Built on Instagram. We'll see you next time.